Hi everyone and welcome back to the Sweetie Nail Supply channel. Today we are continuing with our Nails at Home series. This time our natural nails are already prepped and we are getting ready to apply the actual nail tips. You have to start by sizing out the tips, and today I will be showing you two different kinds. One type will be for those who have a slightly flatter nail bed, and the other will be a more structured nail tip, perfect for those with a stronger C-curve to their natural nails. We will start with the Dayami Canoe tips. The set comes with 12 different sizes, and they are great for those who have a flatter nail bed and less of a curve to their natural nail. It has a really pretty longer almond shape than most medium almond nail tips. However, since my nail beds are more on the curved side, it does leave some gapping around the edges, but I will show how you can still use these with more curved nails. The other brand we will be trying is Soft Gel, which is relatively new to Sweetie Nail Supply. Their sets come in 15 different sizes, and they offer sets with a natural apex and their XV line, which has a higher apex and fits better along the sidewalls of those who have more naturally curved nails. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the two, with the Dayami on the left and Soft Gel on the right. You can see the ones on the right just have a more pronounced curve. When picking your nail tips, just make sure they go from sidewall to sidewall. Even if that means you have to size up to the next size, we can always file them down to fit. Once you've picked your nail tips, we are ready to get our nails prepped for those extensions. To start with, we want to make sure that we dehydrate our nails completely by wiping them down with some alcohol and then apply some sort of primer. This is the Show Me Korea Nutri Primer, and you just want to apply this all over the nail bed. It just creates better adhesion between your natural nail and the extension. To adhere the tips, we are going to be using the popular Dayami Feel So Good base. This gel has a nice thick viscosity, perfect for the overlay method of application, and it can be soaked off for easy removal at home. Begin by painting a very thin layer over your natural nail that has been prepped and primed. Cure for a full 60 seconds in your nail lamp, and then you are ready to apply the extensions. For the Gel X method, we do recommend that you have a flash cure lamp. This one here is the Dayami Pin Cure lamp. I'm just attaching it to the pin cure holder, which is also available on our website. This holder is really handy for positioning your light overhead so that you can flash cure your nails hands-free. Now, you do not need to do any prep with the Dayami Canoe tips, they are ready to go, but we will show you later how to prep nails for longer adhesion if you choose to. But you want to start by painting on a thick layer over half of the nail tip, starting at the cuticle a few millimeters away from your skin. Angle the tip at about a 45-degree angle and then press down slowly towards the free edge. As you can see here, this is not enough gel. You don't want any air bubbles like this. So before you cure it, just remove the nail tip, add a bit more gel, and then reapply the nail tip. You should have enough gel to avoid any air bubbles, but not too much to where it seeps out of the side. If you do accidentally get some on your skin, please immediately and thoroughly wipe it off with acetone to prevent skin exposure to gel, as it can increase the risk of developing a gel allergy. You can achieve a bit more of a curve on these nail tips by just bending them before application, but as with the last tip, you want to paint on a thick layer, concentrating most of that gel in the center. Press down at a 45-degree angle starting from the cuticle. Check that the nail is aligned properly with your finger, and then stick it under your curing lamp for about 10 seconds. After flash curing, you do still want to ensure that you fully cure the gel in a full-sized lamp. Just flash curing may not be enough to completely cure the gel, even though the tips are transparent. Here's what the applied tips look like, and before shaping them, I am going to apply the Yogo Zombie Top Gel on the underside of the nails. Because the Dayami base coat does leave a tacky layer, you don't want to have any sort of dust collecting on the underside of the nail, and so we are going to coat the underside with a non-wipe top coat. This will just seal everything in and ensure that you don't have to do any sort of cleaning under there after you've filed. It also helps create a seal so that you get great adhesion and lasting power for your nail tips. To shape the sidewalls of these nails, since they didn't quite fit my curved nail beds, I'm going to be setting up my Loma Linda dust collector first. This filter is special in that it uses water to filter out the nail dust instead of a disposable filter. You just rinse out the collection tank after you are done and you're good to go. To shape the nails, I'm going to be using my multi-off bit from Yogo Korea. This bit is special in that it has 3 different sections all used for various things. The tip is the least coarse part of this bit, which means it's great for blending together the nail tip and your natural nail. So you can see that I'm using that here along the edge of the nail tip to just smooth out that ledge. The tip of this bit is also rounded so that if you do accidentally come in contact with your skin, you won't cause any damage. Using just that least coarse part of the bit, I'm working around the entire edge to smooth out the nail. And then I am just doing the free edge shaping with a hand file. Once the filing is done, wipe away the dust, and this is what the nails are looking like. Even though those flatter nail tips did not fit my curved nail beds, I was able to make them work just with some shaping after application. Then I'm going in with the Diami Feel So Good base and adding a layer over the top. This seals in the tip and makes sure that you have a nice smooth transition between your cuticle and the nail tip. This method of applying gel tips a couple millimeters away from the cuticle is called the overlay method. And while it does take a little bit more work than just applying the tips and not blending them, it does create a really nice, natural, seamless blend between the nail tips and your natural nails as they begin to grow out. Now we will show you how to apply the sculpted tips. Using that same overlay method, I am just starting this time with shaping the nails beforehand. Whereas I filed down the edges after applying the nails, this time I'm going to be filing down the cuticle area and the sidewalls before actually applying the tips. Some of these do have a little notch at the edge of the nail that needs to be taken down, and then I'm just using my hand file to again file down that cuticle area and thin it out so that when you do apply the tip, it sits nice and flush with the natural nail. If you are new to e-filing, I recommend doing this method where you file and shape the nail beforehand. That way you don't run the risk of using the e-file around your cuticle where you might accidentally etch too deep into your natural nail. I'm just using a sanding band on a really low speed, about 4,000 RPM, to go around the edge of that nail to thin out the sidewalls and the cuticle, as well as etching the inside. Etching the inside is not necessary, but is recommended for the best adhesion. And once your tips are all prepared, the application process is exactly the same as it was with the Diami tips. You just apply a generous amount of the Diami Feel So Good base or whichever base gel you want to use, concentrating most of it in the center of the nail, and then press down at a 45-degree angle, starting at the cuticle until you see no bubbles. Check the angle of the tip and then flash cure for about 20 seconds under the flash cure lamp. This process does take a lot of practice to get the right amount of gel. If you find you've used too much or too little, you can always remove the nail tip and wipe down your finger with acetone, and then either add more gel or wipe away the excess. Either way, practice really does make perfect with this technique. The important thing is that you do practice and that you work slowly, especially at the beginning. And if you do get uncured gel on your skin, just make sure that you are wiping it away with acetone as soon as possible to avoid too much contact. Another note on gel safety, it is important that you fully cure your gel before moving on to art. We do offer a full-size lamp on our website. Just make sure to read the instructions on any products you're using and give your nails a full cure according to the directions. To finish this application, just repeat the steps from before. Top coat the underside of the nails to avoid any dust or dirt from sticking, and then go in with a base gel over the top of the nails, really making sure to get close to that cuticle, using a liner brush if necessary to seal in those nail tips and ensure that you have no lifting. And that is the application process. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tune in next time where we go over 3 simple art looks for beginner nail artists. All of the products we use are listed down below. Please make sure to tag us in your creations. We love to see what you make. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.